Alone in the golden years. The silent struggle of aging parents. Watch a heartbreaking story.
In a small village called Kotar, an elderly couple named Rangaya and Sita lived a life of selfless sacrifice for their only son, Arav. From the moment he was born, they dedicated their every effort to ensure he had a better future. They sold their modest piece of land, their only asset, and took up the hard work of rickshaw pulling, often going to bed on empty stomachs, convinced that every hardship was worth it for Arav's education. Arav excelled in school, his parents' sacrifices fueling his ambition. After years of hard work, he secured a high-paying job in the city. The day he graduated was filled with joy for Rangaya and Sita, who believed their dreams had finally come true. However, that joy was short-lived. When Arav married Neha, a wealthy girl from an affluent family, he chose not to invite his parents to the wedding. He felt ashamed to introduce them to his new life, fearing they would embarrass him. Rangaya and Sita, crushed by the rejection, accepted it with heavy hearts, thinking their son would come to understand the value of family one day. Several months later, Arav visited the village, and to his parents' surprise, he brought them to the city. But the joy of being together was overshadowed by a harsh reality. Arav introduced them as household help to his friends, stripping away their dignity. Rangaya and Sita stood in stunned silence, their hearts breaking as they realized how far Arav had distanced himself from his roots. The situation worsened when one day, Neha caught Sita taking food from the kitchen. In a fit of anger, she slapped Sita and stormed off to complain to Arav. In a moment of fury, Arav forced his parents into the car, driving them to a bus stop. He flung their cloth bag onto the ground, treating them like unwanted baggage. "Get out," he shouted, his voice laced with bitterness. Rangaya and Sita, shocked and humiliated, stood in disbelief. They watched their son drive away, the love they once knew now shadowed by pain. "Take care, my son," Sita called after him, her voice trembling. "We love you." Rangaya placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder, trying to maintain their dignity despite the circumstances. They stood together, tears streaming down their faces, until Arav was just a speck on the horizon. With night falling, they settled onto a cold bench at the bus stop, their stomachs empty again. As they huddled together for warmth, a kind-hearted beggar approached them. Noticing their plight, he offered them some food he had collected that day. "Please eat," he said gently. "You look like you need this more than I do." Grateful yet heartbroken, Rangaya and Sita accepted the food, their spirits lifted slightly by this small act of kindness. Despite their circumstances, their love for Arav never wavered. They continued to wait at the bus stop, hoping he would come back to them one day. As the years passed, Rangaya and Sita remained at that bus stop, their health declining, but their love unwavering. They would tell stories of Arav to each other, reminiscing about the little boy they had raised with so much hope. In their hearts, they knew that their love transcended all barriers, and they waited patiently, believing that one day Arav would understand the depth of their sacrifices. Moral: as we grow older, it is vital to create a financial safety net to ensure our own dignity and independence. While it's natural to rely on loved ones, we must recognize that not everyone may be in a position to offer help, and dependence on others can sometimes leave us vulnerable. True love, on the other hand, is selfless and unwavering. It survives through hardship and stands strong in the face of adversity. It teaches us that family bonds, grounded in love and respect, are far more valuable than wealth or status. These connections should never be broken, for they are the foundation of a meaningful life.
Thanks for watching Do It Now Creations channel. Don't forget to like, share, and comment.